Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Force for Growth Show. I am Ricardo.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Julian.
Hey, all right. So today we have a very special treat for you guys. The first ever self-development lightning round. All right.
I'm a little nervous.
And you should be. The way that this is going to work is I have some words, some phrases, some people, stuff like that lined up. And Julian and Michelle are going to share their thoughts about whatever I bring on the screen. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what we're going to be asking about. And it's just going to be boom, 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 bitty, biggity, boom. So, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Are y'all ready?
Yes,
Are y'all ready?
Let's go.
All right. So the first one is for you, Michelle Martini. All right. When I put up the word, you just say what you feel, what you think, or whatever it brings up in emotions. Make sure you guys like and share this because this is going to get good. Oprah.
Oh, I love Oprah. Of course, I love everyone. Ricardo, you always tell me, Michelle, you love everything.
You do. That's okay.
I just think Oprah I love her. I love her spirituality. I love her. She's so calm. And I would love to be like her. Like, she is just calm. That's the word, calm. She's so poised and composed and never seems stressed or anxious about anything. So
I love me some Oprah too.
Yeah, she's great.
When I did a vision board one time, like the point of this vision board was to put your spiritual source in the middle. Guess what I put in my middle?
Oprah.
That's awesome.
Nice. I would love to be on Oprah someday. So it would just be, or even just to meet her. It just would be really
neat. Know what? We should write that down. We should make the Force for Girls show on own network.
We should.
That would be good.
So one of my favorite quotes of all time, I've said on here before, I heard it from Oprah. I don't know if it was originally from her, but she said, when you don't know what to do, do nothing.
Yes.
And love that.
So wise. Woo, that was fun. All right. You ready? You ready, Julian? You ready for your first one, Julian?
Give it to me.
Here we go. Joe Dispenza.
Oh my gosh. You know this, that I've fallen in love with Dr. Joe Dispenza ever since I was introduced to Becoming Supernatural about a year ago. His work has significantly, probably in the most profound way, changed my life. I think he just brings in such a different aspect to the personal development community in a way that is kind of indescribable. I mean, I'm obsessed with him. I pretty much listen to him almost every day. Just the little insights that he has is just so beautiful. And I can't wait to go to like a week long I'm just obsessed with him. He's awesome.
What has been your biggest takeaway from Joe Dispenza?
I think, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but this is totally not used to be part of my personality, is the fact that just the whole aspect of letting go of things. I feel like in my life, and especially, making strides and developments in your life, we use all this willpower and this force to make things happen, especially with me when I started off in my personal development journey of it was all about, health and fitness and getting my body to be right. And that took so much willpower and energy to put that into fruition. But when I got into Dr. Joe's work, it was all about more of allowing and kind of aligning yourself with certain situations and kind of letting, it was almost a thing of letting go and letting the universe kind of unfold in a way that's right for you. And I was resistant to it at the beginning because I was like, I want to make it happen. Like, I want to go out there and do it. And I think it really balanced me out of, I have that aspect where I can make myself do stuff, but I also have that aspect now after immersing myself in that content and practicing those meditations and stuff, that I also have the ability now to relax and kind of allow things to come and not having to force things and kind of letting things flow.
Man, that's a good answer.
A side note, even though this isn't my word, same. Joe Dispenza is how I got over anxiety and learning what that was in my body. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, me too. Huge fan of Joe Dispenza and his work. It's made a profound difference. And everyone that we introduced to that work has gotten some significant change. Yeah. All right. So for those of you just tuning in, this is the self-development lightning round part 1. We're going to see how this goes. And so far, it's going really good. So make sure you like and share this episode. And let's see what's next. This one is for you, Michelle Martini. I just love saying Michelle Martini. All right, hold on. Let me find it. I lost it.
It's my superhero name, right?
Firewalk.
Firewalk. Okay, I posted about that yesterday.
You did.
So completely life-changing. I have moments. So walking on fire I just can't even believe I did that. And it was so empowering and just really highlighted for me how limited we make ourselves, our limiting beliefs. Who would ever think you could walk on fire and not get burned, not get blisters?
Correct.
And it's not like a step on it, step off. It is a walk on fire, 15 feet. Is that how long? 10 feet or 15 feet?
Yeah, I think so. Like 6 to 10, depending.
Okay. So yeah, that was it was huge for me. It showed me that I'm capable of so much more than I allow myself to believe. And I have moments now where if I have a challenge or something I'm trying to accomplish or anything like that, that I remind myself, I'm like, you're a fire walker. You walked on fire. You can do this. It's so empowering.
It's a very powerful experience because it changes who you are as a person. You have a totally new identity. Yes. And when you have a new identity and something to prove it, to back it up, that just takes that identity to the next level.
Yes. The other thing that whole experience brought me is you guys, like Tamara, the other day, we were talking because my birthday was last month and she had given me a little gift in a card. And she said, I was writing out the card and I couldn't believe I didn't know you this time last year on your birthday last year, because I feel like I've known you guys forever, such close and deep seated friendships. And we've just known each other for a year. It's because it was a year ago this month that I did my first UPW and Firewalk. And so I am so grateful for that experience because it brought me you guys.
Yeah. And I saw that post and I was like, man, you were there. We were there. We didn't know each other. And now it's like, I can't imagine going to a UPW and not knowing you.
I know. Same.
So, all right, Julian, you ready for your next one?
Ready.
UPW virtual, VUPW.
I loved virtual UPW. I think it was a great opportunity. My mom and I actually did it together. So it was a really cool experience to be able to share that with her. Usually I think like the last couple events, whether it's crewing or Date with Destiny, I went by myself. And that was such a unbelievable experience, just kind of stepping into the unknown. But I found it also so cool that like my mom and I could have that experience together and kind of bounce ideas off each other. And kind of there was almost like a healing and just like a rejuvenation of our relationship through that process. And it was so cool. And I loved how they did it. I thought the board breaking was really cool and a great tool to use in the future. And yeah, I loved it. I think going in person is definitely, there's a different energy of meeting people in person and having that physical connection. And I'm a physical person, so I actually like to, my favorite part is like interacting with the people, hugging, high five, all that stuff. So I kind of missed that. But other than that, I thought it was really cool and how they brought in different speakers. Like Sylvester Stallone and Wim Hof and all those people, I thought was a cool thing to bring in.
I thought it was great. The execution was really good. I won't say that it was flawless. It had its issues. It had some technical issues here, blah, blah, blah. But it was the first one. And they had 25,000, something crazy like that.
Crazy.
On the Zoom call and on the Zoom conference, and Tony with the 360 thing. I mean, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. All right. So back to is this fun? Are y'all having fun with this?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. This is good. This is good. All right, Michelle Martini, this one is for you. Okay. Again, we just want to hear the feelings, the thoughts, anything that it brings up about the topic. 75 hard.
Oh, another empowering, huge learning experience for me. So I am on day 18 of the second round. So I started 75 hard on June 22nd, did 13, really almost 14 days, and then realized on day 13, I forgot to take my pictures, which is the easiest thing to do on 75 hard. If you don't know what it is, you can look it up. You can Google it, Andy Frisella. But it almost looks like a physical, like workout, nutrition challenge, which it is, but it's more mental and mindset. And probably the biggest thing I've taken from it so far, day 18 of the 75 on my second time. So really day 32. But, and I'm starting to see changes in my body, because one of the goals that I had, which is why I even started the challenge in the first place, is to change my body composition. I've been at my goal weight for a long time, but I wanted to start changing my body composition and having more lean muscle and less, lower body fat. So that's why I started it, but that's just kind of like a side effect of it. And so I'm starting to see those changes that I've been wanting to see for a long time, but the mental aspect of the challenge is what it's all about. And the biggest thing that I've taken from it is self-integrity. And I posted about that whenever I forgot to take my pictures and had to start over. So I came this close to just being like, I have pictures from yesterday. I'll just use those. It's good enough. And I realized, I'm like, no, I was convicted of that. I was like, you got to own this. You got to start over. And so I was made it 13 days in and had to start over because I didn't take pictures. I did the 2 workouts a day. I ate, I stuck to the diet on my birthday. And what I forgot was the pictures, but that
on your birthday, Michelle Martini, you stuck to the diet on your birthday.
I did. And I worked out twice on my birthday.
That's huge.
And on 4th of July. And 4th of July is when I realized I didn't take the pictures on the 3rd of July. And I was like, man, I got to start over. And so I owned it. I put it out there on social media because I want that accountability. And I had to own it on social media. And, and I talked about self-integrity because so many times I realized through that so many times I compromise, I feel like I'm pretty integrous, I guess is the word, with other people, but with myself, I'm not. I'm like, oh, that's good enough. Oh, that's enough, And so I fall short of my capacity and what I'm capable of. And that's what that taught me. I'm like, wow, I do tend to do that. And I'm not going to do it 75 hard is black and white. You do it or you don't.
Yep.
And I did not take progress pictures on the 3rd of July. And I almost, fudged it to the point that I took pictures that I had taken on that day, which were not progress pictures, and moved them into my 75 hard folder and was like, I'm just going to use those. And then I'm like, no, nope. You can't do that. And so it's huge, huge lesson, and I'm loving it.
I'm curious if next year on July 3rd, you will remember July 3rd forever in your mind.
I bet I will.
Because it's such an easy day to remember, right?
Yes.
The day before the 4th of July. If it was some random day like September 16th or October 8th or something like that, it'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. But the fact that it's the day right before 4th of July.
What's crazy is on the 4th of July, I stuck to the diet. I worked out twice. So I was making my way through day 14 when I realized that on day 13, I had missed my pictures. I totally didn't even realize it till the next day. So, yeah.
Jesse. It's also her birthday.
Well, June 25th. So on my birthday, I stuck to it too and got my 2 workouts in.
Nice. All right, Julian, you ready for the next one?
Ready.
All right, here is your topic, your word, whatever comes up. Mindset matters.
I think the first thought that comes to mind is the fact that mindset is not only matters, but is everything. I think this past couple of days, my mom and I have been watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. And you really, I initially watched it and then stopped, and then I heard a couple people talk about, his level of certainty and stuff. Yeah, I see you got the bobblehead. And when I'm watching him, I'm almost like looking for the different psychological changes that he's making. And if you really look at him, it's obviously skill and hard work and dedication, but what really puts him over the edge, like, he's not like working out harder than anyone else. He's not like really training harder than anyone else. It's like the way that he comes to the game and the way that he demands more of himself and of his teammates to always be better and constantly pushing himself. And in every situation, whether it's like on the golf course or he's playing like a game of cards or something, he's always wanting to win and always wanting to be the best. Yeah. And I think that's the shift that makes the difference between someone who's good and great to someone who's just magnificent or outstanding. Is just that tiny psychological shift of you're just like saying, I'm not going to let anyone or myself stand in the way of my greatness.
The scene that got me the most is when even flipping quarters to the wall,
security guys,
right? With the security guys, he's just like, "I'm gonna get you. Come on, $50, $100," and they're like, "What?" Like, okay, and then he's like you could tell it bothered him that he lost like $10. Like, it bothered him, but it's not about the money. He just hates to lose. He hates to lose. It doesn't matter what it is. Flipping quarters against a little kid, he hates to lose. The man hates to lose, and I'm like, wow, okay, So yeah, I love that documentary. I definitely recommend it. And it's The Last Dance on ESPN, and the work by Tim Grover, Relentless. Also,
and they got it on Netflix. They got it on Netflix now, so you can.
Okay. So I didn't know it was on Netflix.
Bonus,
yeah. So tune into Netflix, The Last Dance, and it's great. And then get Relentless by Tim Grover.
Mm-hmm. I saw him in that, and that made me think. I was like, oh, Ricardo must have loved that.
I was loving it. I was like, there he is talking about it. All right. You ready, Michelle Martini, for your word?
I'm ready.
6 a.m. tribe.
Oh, my heart. I love our 6 a.m. calls, and it is very much worth getting up at and being on a Zoom call at 6 a.m. Monday and Thursday every week. And very few have I missed. And whenever I do miss one, because whatever reason, company or whatever, I miss it. So the people are amazing, and accountability. I love that you guys hold me accountable. Like when our words matter. So you guys call me out, and I love it because it's like, wow, sometimes we do things subconsciously or unconsciously. And whenever you have a tribe, like our 6 a.m. tribe, you start to see those things because you guys point them out, not in a negative way at all. It's an empowering way because you guys you make me a better person. And that quote of, you are the 5 people you spend the most time with. I'm so grateful that I get to spend that time with you guys every week because it makes me a better me. And I love our 6 a.m. tribe.
I love what it's evolved to, because
Me
originally
too.
this was not the intention, right? And I love what it's evolved to the point to where we don't have any speakers, there's no one central person. The conversation goes and everyone has a moment.
It's everyone contributes and everyone has something valuable to contribute. And it also just goes wherever it's supposed to go that day. Like, it's crazy how our conversations start here and end here.
Like, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's always a big takeaway. So
Yeah.
All right. This was so much fun, guys. What did y'all think of the first ever lightning round?
It's
For
great.
those of you who are just
Awesome.
tuning in, make sure you catch the replay, like and share this podcast / video, because these guys did not know what was in store for them. I just had these words and phrases lined up and called on them specifically because I know their history and I wanted to hear more about that topic. So this was a lot of fun, and I couldn't think of the better people to experience this with. This was just good.
Thanks.
So
That
I'm
was
gonna
fun.
end it with one for me. I know that I shouldn't have picked one for myself, but the Tony Robbins quote, "Your past does not equal your future." This was the very, very first thing that I ever read / heard from Tony Robbins. It was like in the first chapter of Unlimited Power. And from the minute that I saw that and I read that, I was like, it was just so profound to me. I just remember reading that for the first time and I was like, wow, I had never heard anything like that before. Never. And I was like, wow, my past does not equal that. So just because this is how I was or how I was, whatever, or how I've been growing up does not mean that this is my life. And it was just so profound. And I was, I think, 15 or 16, somewhere around there when I read that. And it just always stuck with me. And it was just so profound. And I was just like, wow. Very, 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 just so deep, so simple, but yet so deep. Mind you, now all the quotes and all the books and everything. But man, I always go back to that one to just remind me, wow. Hearing that for the first time as 15 years old or whatever. And it was just good. It was just good.
Thank God our past doesn't equal our future.
I know, right? I know. So that's a big one for me. So thanks. Go ahead.
I think next time we should get to have words ready for you.
Okay.
I agree.
So for next time, we all have to do, we can all do index cards.
Yeah.
So like that, no one knows the words.
Yeah.
So like that, we could just hold up the index card. And like that, it's a surprise for everyone. Great idea, Michelle Martini.
That's a great idea.
I love it. And then we can all prepare words for each other and hold them up, and we can all do the round robin. I love it. So make sure you guys tune in next time for the lightning round part 2. And we'll be doing it with index cards, and everyone will have questions, quotes, or whatever for everybody else. Remember to go to forceforgrowth.com to subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch us on iTunes, Google Music, Spotify, and soon Amazon or Audible, because I submitted that application.
Yay.
All right.
Yay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on Monday with the word of the week. See y'all then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.